And
Squatty potty.
that's the first thing that they will hear.
Oh my god.
Yes.
God damn it. You guys are the worst.
So last week was like butter shits, and that was you saying it.
Because you said it first. You tricked me.
First thing that they will
Now
hear.
it's been said
Oh my
again.
God.
It was. All right. All right. Let me go ahead and kick out this tweet. There we go. All right. And let us go ahead and get started. The intro begins.
Where is the autoplay?
Hi, guys, and welcome to the Infinite Respawn Podcast. I'm Elite Chicken.
I'm Oak Tree.
I'm Griff.
I'm Baka.
Woo! Getting that smooth as butter now. Now we can get that out of the way. We've all done that enough times. Hey!
I'm back.
Sorry if my follow comes up. I clicked the wrong button.
See, Griff doesn't even like us. This is the first time she's ever followed.
I accidentally unclicked it while I was trying to pause the stream.
Whatever.
Oh,
Whatever.
You're fine. Thank you for following.
Yes. Thank you for following, Griff.
Finally, you guys have proved yourself to me. You're worthy of my follow.
Oh,
That's
goodness
all it
gracious.
is.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's all.
Either that or she's really slow to the game.
Really
Well,
slowed
we
the
have seen
game.
her play some games.
Oh.
And then she's better at us than others. That's...
Mm-hmm.
Left head.
Yeah, I covered that back up
Three
in the other
people.
Yeah, she's better killing her team than the rest of us.
Well, I mean, at least if she shoots us all on the ground, then she can get away while the zombies eat us.
I can't help that you guys
Later,
don't know how to fly
bitches.
yourself.
Later, bitches.
You shot us. No, we didn't shoot us.
Yeah, well, you don't apply yourselves. Maybe you could all shoot everybody as proficiently as me if you were as good as me.
Sorry, but I like to beat games. I don't like to kill my teammates.
Maybe you should.
Your
Maybe you
teammates
should
still win
reconsider.
the game.
Oh god, y'all are killing me.
I have. Remember in Halo 3, I shot the Spartan laser I shot the Banshee out of the air and it fell on one of my teammates and killed him. See, I creatively kill my teammates. I don't just shoot
Yeah, but you
them.
only killed one with that thing. I
Chicken makes it
probably
look like an
killed
accident.
four.
Rip's just like, fuck it. Boom.
Yeah, I make it look like an accident. Or the one kill that my friend got when we first started playing. He was charging up the Spartan laser on the hill. A warthog flew over top of him. He shot the warthog and it landed on a teammate. Come on, creative killing.
No.
Creative killing.
Yes,
Woohoo.
you gotta kill your friends creatively.
If you're gonna kill your friends, make sure it's really creative and cool.
Exactly. So when they're dying, they're like, "Oh, that was so cool," and then they die.
Like, hey, I'm sorry. Sniping 3 of your teammates at one time was pretty fucking impressive.
It was 2 shots. 2 shots.
So, still impressive.
Yeah,
that's
I
fine.
mean, it's my entire team, too. It wasn't like there's like 15 other people that were gonna be able to help you guys. Nope.
Whatever.
It would have been really, like, I think the only way that situation could have been really amazing is if I would have done that and then managed to make it all the way to the safe room and been the only survivor for the level.
That was an expert. If you would have done that, I would have just sat in the safe room in the next level. Yeah, fuck it. Go ahead and finish the level. Finish
I'll
out
just
the
let you
map
take
for
this
us.
one.
Pretty much.
Yeah, have fun with that.
Yes. Definitely. Well, what have you guys been playing this week?
I can tell you what I've been playing because I played it for like 10 minutes before we started, which was Sticks. It was free this month on for February on Xbox One, and I downloaded it
I downloaded that too.
about mid-February. I think I downloaded it, and I finally decided to start playing it. So far, it's not really a bad game. I mean, the game mechanics and stuff are kind of fun. Voice acting's mediocre because it's kind of a lower budget game, I think. So, but for the most part, it's just kind of fun and entertaining, and it's typical stealth style, hide behind shit type things. And I'm kind of interested in figuring out where they're going with the plot line, because it's got like this big, huge world tree thing, and he's got to make his way to the world tree and all this stuff. And you can't really figure out if you're a good guy or a bad guy or that type of stuff.
Probably a bad guy. I'm just saying.
Possibility.
I think he's more neutral, I would have to say, from the little bit I played.
Yeah.
Kind of got his reasons for what he does, but he'll gladly kill you. So,
Lovely.
so I mean, it's kind of like, eh.
Hey, he's like my best friend, you know. He's got, he's got his good and bad points. He'll gladly kill me, one of those type of things. It's great.
What about you, Griff? What have you played this week?
I started 2 new games yesterday. One of which, oh my god, took forever because Chicken's like, oh, we can do stories.
Continue on.
Oh my god.
Continue on. Next
We're gonna
game.
continue on. I'm gonna talk about it.
I don't need to
Fuck
hear
that.
about your rambling
That's-
about hating me.
Yeah.
About hating you. It's so easy though.
Yeah, I know. The feeling's mutual.
I know. I decided that I was finally gonna start Dragon Age because we've been talking about, you know, Fallout's my first real open world RPG kind of deal, but it's an FPS RPG, or I guess third person if you want to do it that way.
Right.
But I play FPS. But first real big open world RPG kind of deal, and I was like, well, okay, Ivy really loves Dragon Age, Chicken loves Dragon Age, we've got Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm gonna see what what the fuss is about and everything. And Chicken's like, oh man, you can make your story super personal because, they introduced that whole Dragon Age Keep thing that we talked about on the show and that was new and all. And it's basically if you haven't played any of the previous games or your saves didn't sync up or whatever, you could basically go through, make some big choices, and then have it sync into your story that you're going to play for Inquisition. So I went through all of that and he explained everything that was going on while I was loading the game. So like an hour of going through all that stuff. And then I go to load up my game and it won't load up a custom world. Like it won't acknowledge that I have a save.
Oh.
So Chicken jumps through 30 million hoops trying to figure it out, and he's like, fine, you already have an Origin account that it thinks is linked to your Xbox for some reason, even though I've never played an Origin game. Like, I've never linked up to an Origin account on my console, but it said I had a 360 that was linked to it. I was like, all right, fucking fine. So he disconnected it, did a whole bunch of other stuff, tried again, went through all the questionnaire again on the one that it thought was linked, still wouldn't. I was like, you know what, fuck it. It's been 2 hours since this game has been installed. I am gonna fucking play it. I am just tired of waiting. I will play the default. So I started that up. I didn't make it very far because it was so late by the time that I did get to start. But I'm interested. I'm looking forward to it. My dude's very pretty. I'm playing a dude. He's cute. That should be worth something. And I also started a game that I promised on the podcast that I would play. I started Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain, whatever.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah.
Super Pain.
V.
Super pain.
Super Pain.
Super pain in my ass. I spent the first hour of the game was like 50 minutes of cinematics and 10 minutes of me doing anything, which was mostly crawling along the floor and going, I don't know what the fuck is going on, because they didn't make it very clear. It's like you're Snake, but you made like a customized character right out of the gate who's gonna be like the Snake version of you will become a phantom. And so I was like, so am I the new guy or I don't know who I am. And then I'm crawling around on the floor. I'm like,
It's
I'm
Metal
a
Gear.
Spec
Stop
Ops
questioning
guy.
it.
What am I doing? Why am I not having a bigger reaction to what the fuck is going on here? Oh, it was so weird.
Yeah, Metal Gear. Just go with the flow. Just
Yeah, apparently. And you know what? We almost got caught because the guy that was being all brave and leading me out of this place peed on himself while we were playing Dead Bodies.
yeah. It's the plot is made up and the explanations do not matter.
I have no idea what the fuck.
Welcome
I'm
to
what
doing.
Whose
Metal Gear
Line? Whose Metal
Yeah.
Gear is it?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
essentially what Metal Gear is. You go through all of them. You get a lot of like batshit crazy what the fuck moments in it, and then they try to give some kind of explanation, and you're just like,
That
No,
doesn't make sense.
I do not accept this explanation. Figure something else out.
Well, I mean, like, I'm supposed to be airlifting people to go work on Mother Base, and by airlifting people, I don't mean, like, I put them on an airplane and they go away. No, I mean, I knock them out in the field, and then stealthily attach a big giant, like, weather balloon to them that yanks them up into the sky, where I guess a helicopter picks them up as they fly by. I don't know. But
That sounds
those are
How many
exciting.
soldiers are like, man, a lot of people are recreating up at this point.
It's so weird. They do it with my horse too. Like when I go to travel, I'll get in the helicopter and the horse gets a balloon attached to him and they yank him up. I'm like, oh, bye, pony. I'll see you later. I airlifted a sheep because you're supposed to be, you get like extra credit for airlifting animals out of the war zone.
Wow.
Yeah.
The puppy too.
Yeah, I airlifted my puppy that Ocelot's taking care of for me. Ocelot's my favorite, by the way. He's also voiced by Troy Baker, but that's not why he's my favorite. It's because he's the only character I get any real interaction with.
That's why he's her favorite.
No, there are two characters that you interact with on a regular basis so far. Like, I'm not super far in. I think I'm like...
The pony
third
doesn't count
chapter.
as a character.
Yeah, the pony doesn't count because he doesn't talk to you. It's Ocelot and this guy named Miller, and Miller is just way too overdramatic. Like, when I saved him, Ocelot sent me with some sunglasses, so I assume he's a reoccurring character. We've met him before, obviously. But when I went to go save him, he had a bag on his head, and so I pulled it off, and it's nighttime, and he's in, like, a candlelit room, and he's like, oh, it's so bright, and Snake's like, is something wrong with your eyes? No, it's just bright, and you hand him the sunglasses, he puts them on, he's like, that's better. I wear my sunglasses at night. Okay, here we are. Here we are. I have no idea. Like, I don't know how I feel about the game so far, but I have not met. You take those off right now.
I wear my sunglasses inside.
I have not met Boobs McGee yet, so I don't know. The game did open with a nurse leaning over my hospitalized body and her boobs in my face, but surely that's not any sort of like
Yeah, this
Foreshadowing.
last
That happens
installment
to
of
me in
Metal
real
Gear
life,
has
so
a
that's
lot of
totally believable.
yeah. So that's pretty much that's what I did yesterday, and the rest of the week has been spent getting stuff ready for like videos that I'm gonna release next week. So I yeah, it's Fallout. That's what I did this week.
Well,
Like that's what it's always gonna be. What did you do this week? Well, I played Fallout and maybe a few other things, but definitely Fallout.
lots of Fallout.
More Fallout.
Yep.
Some Fallout, some more crack, some more crack. You know, crack.
Correct. What about you, Baka? What did you play this week?
I have been playing around with Dreadnought, Pokemon, and then I have started doing co-op with Griff on Dying Light.
Oh my god,
Ooh.
that's
How's
been
that
an
going?
ordeal.
Oh, that's been quite a bit of fun on that one.
Yes.
Yeah, she forgot that the tutorial part is I don't get to jump in until after she's done with it. So
Yes.
that was fun sitting there waiting for that one.
And then I couldn't even use that footage, like because it doesn't record like with the program that we use. It records like you and you alone. So I would have been talking to myself the whole time in the video because Baka, you couldn't have heard his side of the conversation.
Yeah, I
So
forgot to
I
hit
had to go
record and I didn't
re-record
think about
that.
it.
You're gonna have to get that
it's-
little button so that you put it next to you and you can press it to start and stop.
I have it. I
You
have
need
it
to
on
hook it
plug-
up.
I have to have like the webcam and everything plugged in.
See, I
I
don't like
gotcha.
that button. That button lies to you sometimes, so
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know.
trust
Well,
it.
the other issue I have with that is like when DJ decides she wants to come over here and lay down, she hits the button sometimes, and you either stop or start recording when I don't want it to.
And then it just
So-
records your random gameplay.
Yep.
For like 6 hours. You can't.
Oh.
By the way, 8 hours videos, you can't open those. I found that out the hard way.
Yeah, they're incredibly. They take an incredible amount of processing power to open up an 8-hour video. I mean, you got to use some like movie technology to open them. But I've been playing Far Cry Primal, a little Dreadnought, a little Paragon, Alpha games.
Things you can't talk about aside from saying you played them.
A little Halo 5 multiplayer at the beginning of this week, but Far Cry Primal.
How are you feeling about that one?
I'm enjoying it. From what I've been able to tell for most of the Far Cry games is that the mechanics and everything is always the same. Collectibles, gathering, farming, things like that. But they build you a new world and they put you in a new story. And that's pretty much the only major changes that they're going to give you. They like to add a little bit. Like in the Far Cry 4, they gave you the grappling hook and some other kind of mechanics. In this one, you get the grappling hook again. They changed out how your healing mechanics work and things like that. And then you get your animals and whatnot. So they... Oops, sorry.
Nice
They
job.
they add a little bit of like a new flavor into each of the games to kind of see what they can work with in each one. So I'm really enjoying this one. The whole village kind of feel to it is really nice. Saving your people. It feels more about you rather than you just playing the story.
How many
So,
people have you saved? Like, how big's your village now? You don't even know.
67, I think it is.
67 people?
67 people.
Damn.
And you keep having to go rescue them. I notice when you watch or whenever I watch. So can you not train them to go here? Here's a sharp stick. Use it to ram into the gut of one of your enemies to make them leave you alone.
My war leader, he is actually teaching the people, but the story basically starts off. You're going to find your people in this new area that they've settled in. Their original home was destroyed by the other tribes that moved in and killed your people, and the rest of your people are scattered all over this place. So that's kind of why you keep seeing your people pop up everywhere. It's because they're basically the nomads of this place. They're just trying to find a place to live, and then you're like, oh, hey, we've got our village rebuilding back over here. Go over there with them. And then... they go along and you get more population to your town or your village. So that's kind of why there are so many random people floating around. And
So basically, you just kind of go, you belong to me. You go there.
pretty much it's like, Wenja, village due west. Go. I
My bitches now.
love that they fucking built their own 3 languages.
Yeah,
Like,
I really like
wow.
that detail.
Ubisoft, fucking holy shit.
Way to knock it out of the park.
Yeah, that was one of my biggest kind of fears, that they were just going to do it all in English, which was going to completely destroy the game. But they developed 3 languages, and it works really well. So kudos to them, and I'm enjoying it. If you're a fan of the Far Cry series, play it. You'll enjoy it. That's about all that I can say. One of the folks that come into the chat actually went out and bought it after he watched me play it, and he says he's been enjoying it. So
Well, that's definitely good.
yes,
That's
so
awesome.
it's
I'm
definitely
glad
a good
that
game.
you are enjoying it because it was one of those games where we decided we were going to go ahead and buy it because, you know, why not? Let's stream this. But at the same time, it was like, oh, but it's Ubisoft. They're questionable right now. Maybe this is a bad thing. It ended up working out really nicely. Like it's really good.
Yeah, their
I
Far
will-
Cry
I will
games
have to
are
pick it up.
good.
I will have to say this too, though. You know, the ones that we've had questions about on it have been more like Assassin's Creed and stuff like that. But Far Cry, we've really never had a question on because Far Cry 4 was really good. The other Far Cry games, got a lot of praise and stuff. So I'm glad that this part of the series has continued on with that same streak. Now just don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, the question is now, and it kind of brings us into
Ooh.
some of the new stuff, whether or not they'll have a chance to, because Ubisoft is actually looking at a hostile takeover from Vivendi, who is buying up their shares and is offering, I think at this point, 150% more than what the shares are worth to shareholders that are not selling yet. Because they're trying to buy out a major portion so they can gut the board and then continue to do what they've done to other companies, which is ruin them. God damn
Yeah.
it, Vivendi, back the fuck off.
They're like leeches. They get a company, they make as much money out of that company as absolute possible, and then it dies, and then they let it
make
go
as
and
much
move
money
on.
by pretty much destroying it from the inside out, and then they completely fire everybody and cut their losses and move on.
Yeah,
And it sucks.
but, and they said that if this hostile takeover does happen, most of the major people that work at Ubisoft will leave and start their own company.
Yes.
So at least we'll have some kind of, games that look like what Ubisoft is making now.
If they
Right.
can get away with it, it depends on how adamantly Vivendi tries to protect their intellectual property, I guess.
They will, but I mean, they could still.
But I mean, it's not just Ubisoft. Like they're trying to buy out another company called Gameloft, which is a French company that focuses on mobile games. It's actually run by Yves Guillemot, who is the CEO of Ubisoft. His brother is the one that is running Gameloft. They founded that company together. So it's kind of like a family deal almost. And Vivendi's just trying to wreck the whole thing. And Ubisoft's even gone so far as to set up meetings with the Canadian government to see if they can kind of get some funding and some help on that part. Because the more Canadian shareholders they have, the more it protects their interest. And I've seen people bitching in comments about the fact that they went to the Canadian government. Well, it's like, yeah, of course they did, because guess who works at these companies? Guess who works at the biggest Ubisoft office ever, which is Montreal? Oh, I don't know, maybe it's a bunch of Canadians. So maybe it's in the Canadians' best interest to want to keep, I don't know, their people employed.
Yeah,
Well,
no shit.
well, the other thing to consider too is like with Canada, the way that their government is set up, it's designed for that government to help protect them,
Yes.
protect their industries and do what they need to. So, in this case, everything that's going on with them taking that large percentage out, if their government can give them leeway to help them, then they will, in order to make sure that those jobs stay there. But the other thing that they need to look at too is, I like the idea that they're going to different people and saying we need as many shareholders as we possibly can. Because I don't know if most people are familiar with how the shareholder thing works, but basically the larger percentage you have, the more of a vote you have.
Mhm.
But what it does is decreases the amount of people voting. So let's say you have 50% of the vote, you have decreased how many people that you have to convince to vote a certain way. So like right now, I think they're at 10%. So
15.
15%. Okay, so they're at 15%. So that means they control 15% of the company, and there's 15% of the company they don't have to convince to vote towards the direction they want to vote. So,
Right.
and what happens is if you increase that amount, as we know from just regular political elections, anything else, the more people you have voting, the harder it is to convince certain people one direction or another. So it actually allows you to be able to control the company a lot better, because most people are going to want to go the direction that to make most money that they possibly can off of it. And if Vivendi does what y'all are talking about, I'm not familiar enough with the company to be able to talk about that part of it. But if they do that to other companies, then they definitely need to, fight against it some way that they can. So the more they can distribute those shares out, the better they are fighting against Vivendi. So it's actually a very smart move on their part, I think. Anyway.
I know, and I hate that there's such a backlash because it's Ubisoft. Oh, let Ubisoft burn. They ruin everything they touch. Blah 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, but
they're trying to mend those bridges
with
now.
Jobs and things like that. It's not just I hated that last game. It's I hate that company and I want their entire product line destroyed and everybody that works on it to be homeless at that point. I mean, like that's basically what it comes across as.
How many of these people have pre-ordered Division and pre-ordered and are playing Far Cry 4 or Far Cry Primal right now?
That's an excellent question.
Because I mean, and that's the thing is like they're going, oh, it's awful. And it's like, oh, didn't you pre-order Division? Yeah, but it's different. That game's awesome. And it's like
it's the same company.
It's made by the same company.
Can't pick and choose, man. Can't pick and choose.
It's like it's all, and it's like in the same company went, we're going to do an annual release of Assassin's Creed. Oh shit, that didn't work. We're not going to do an annual release of Assassin's Creed anymore because they wanted to make sure that they went back to the quality product that we were used to. It's just a recent occurrence that we're getting, Ubisoft not giving us the product that we were used to, with few exceptions, and so it's kind of.
Well, and with them saying we're going to step back and not do Assassin's Creed yearly right now because we need to figure out what is and isn't working with it. I mean, it looks like they're trying to make an effort towards fixing the problems that they're having.
Right.
So I don't want to be like, cut them some slack, it's Ubisoft, but at the same time, cut them some slack, it's Ubisoft, Just calm down. They are working on it to get better. That's why you're continuing to buy things like FIFA and whatnot, because EA is continuing to work to get better.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't think it's fair for you to be like, oh, I hated their last few games. They were a shitty company. It's a good thing they're going to be bought out and destroyed.
Every company ends up making some kind of a shitty game at some point or another.
Well, and the other thing is every single one of these companies, and I've stated this before on the show, every one of these companies is in business to make money.
Yep.
They're there to make money. Yes, they're there to make quality games that we enjoy, but in order for them to make money, they have to do that. So if they're not doing it, they're losing money. Therefore, their shareholders are going to suffer, and therefore they're going to sell their shares, and Vivendi is going to be able to buy them up. So now they're going to look at it and go, hey, what do we need to do in order to make quality products? So they want to hold on to their shares so we can increase our value, and Vivendi has a harder time buying them up.
Right.
So, and it's a way of protecting themselves. So it makes perfect sense, to do what they're doing. And I'm glad that Primal is with it is doing well, and it's something that it seems like people are enjoying. I think GameSpot gave it an 8 or something like that. Mm-hmm. And so it seems to be doing pretty well. And Chicken seems to be enjoying it as well. So it's good. I mean, it's really good that they're progressing that direction. But it drives me nuts when people are like that. They're like, burn, burn. It's like 10,000 employees. You fucktards.
Yeah, it's like that's not. You don't want it to shut down because it's a company that you don't like the games for. It's not just those people, and it's not like in this economy that every single one of those people is gonna instantly walk out that door when that company closes, or if that company closes, and find a job right that second.
Well, and I don't want a THQ situation, right? Where we've got a game that we're looking forward to and everything else. Now we got to wait 4 or 5 years for somebody to pick it up. Right. Buy it on the market, and then we have to wait for it, and finally we get it. That type of thing either. I want it to be to where a company that I enjoy most of their games. I think they made mistakes, but Baca said, all companies make mistakes at some point, game manufacturing. That they need to give that opportunity to redeem themselves and come out swinging. Because Ubisoft, other than what's their version of Origin? What's it called? Uplay.
Yeah, that is pretty shitty, and I do not like it. But I would not want the company to close because I didn't like it.
Yeah, I mean, they're just trying. Everybody has to start somewhere, and they may improve it later. When Blizzard's came out, that thing was just, not that. Yeah, it wasn't that good, but over time it will get better. I hope.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I think that's really one of the things that I'm looking forward to with Ubisoft. But I'm interested. I would definitely need to follow this story. and see what happens with Vivendi taking over there, because that's a lot of shares.
Yeah.
That's a lot of shares.
Well, and for it to be somewhat hostile too, like it's obvious Vivendi knows what they're doing as far as like being kind of dicks about this, but they don't really care.
They've been around for 153 years. They've done this more times than anybody can count. So
They're not opposed to being shady.
And that's the thing that kills me is like they basically said it was all part of a strategic vision of operational convergence between Vivendi's content and platforms on one hand, and the Ubisoft and Gameloft productions and video games on the other. They don't care. Like that's the most like you turn around and go, we really want to get interested in the video game because blah 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 blah. We think this is the new big industry. Blah blah. That sounds like somebody I want to buy a company.
Yeah, but when you're like, oh, it just furthers our political agenda, our money-making agenda, you're like, yeah, no. Please don't buy artistic industries because you obviously don't get it.
Yes. Oh, God. Yeah, it kills me.
Yeah, if I could buy an Ubisoft share, I would. Buy a bunch of them.
Everybody go out and buy Ubisoft shares. Go!
Everybody that listens to the podcast, go buy an Ubisoft share.
They're publicly traded. I guess you could if you wanted to.
Technically, yeah.
But then Vivendi's going to offer you 150% of what it's worth to try and buy it back from you.
I have honor. I would say no.
Yeah, but not a lot.
I would just send them the big middle finger right up at their face.
Some
be
people
like,
are
nope.
like, money, honor, fuck it, I'm going with money.
Yeah, that's a big problem is people have no honor nowadays. Oh, money? I bought it for $5. You'll give me $7? Let's do it.
Yeah.
Like, man, seriously?
I can go buy me a foot long and have some change.
Oh.
Oh my God. No.
Be like, I'll offer you $8, motherfuckers. Fuck Vivendi.
Well, up until the point where they're like, yeah, we'll just give you like $2 million.
Well, I'll be like, where's Chicken at? He's working off. He's having to pay everybody for the Ubisoft share.
No, see, if they do that, Baka, they're like, oh, we'll just give you $2 million for your share. I'll be like, all right, cool. Then I'm going to go buy fucking 30% of the company with the $2 million that you gave me. Be like, I'm going to use your money against you, bitch.
Using evil money for good. Some sort of like Robin Hood weird twist that you just put on that.
Hell yeah. Ubisoft, hire us.
To buy from the poor.
If you give us your shares, we will not sell them.
If you give them to us. Like, Vivendi's offering you lots of money, but we just want you to give it to us for free so that we can make sure your honor's intact.
Hey, if they did that, it's like putting it into a vault. There's no way that they can get it out of us. Unless they like legally kill us.
Best plan ever, right? You buy an Ubisoft game, you get 1 share.
Oh. Ooh. Yeah, right.
I
Then
don't
Vivendi
think they're
goes to
gonna be
every
okay with
GameStop
that.
across the country and buys out all of them. Yeah, now we're fucked.
Yeah, how many copies of this game do you have?
Yeah, but
we
increases
want
the-
all of them.
It
We
increases
got
the value
pre-orders.
of
I don't
Ubisoft.
care. We want all of them.
Oh, God. Oh, shit. Speaking in the news of company acquisitions, Activision Blizzard bought Candy Crush
Oh, I didn't even put that in the news because I didn't see an article
for
about it.
$5.9 billion.
Why would they buy Candy Crush? Why?
Because money and
Because they
acquisition.
now own the biggest games in every market.
Yep.
They own the mobile market. They own the PC market. They own the console market.
We own your face.
They now own everything. Blizzard Activision is a company that's like, they bought their shares back from Vivendi.
Yeah.
They were so rich. They're like, oh, what? You think you're going to buy shares of ours? And they owned 59.8% of the shares. Now they own like 11. So Activision Blizzard is like, give me my shares back before I kill you. All right. Just take them back. We don't need no trouble here. And they're like, yeah, that's right.
And that's probably what Vivendi will use as a explanation, right? They'll turn around, they'll be like, they had 59% on there. It's like, look how much bigger we made Activision and Blizzard and all that stuff.
No.
They're not going to count the people that are on there that actually did this shit.
It's like,
how
no, you
much
guys
we
are
did
the
it.
reason
So
that
this is where we
Blizzard
got it.
North closed. So, no, there's none of that for you.
Jackasses.
Yes. Oh my god. But yes, now they are the biggest company in the gaming world. Period. It's like
Blizzard Activision.
Blizzard Activision Crush.
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 It was King.com that owned that, so it'd be
Blizzard
Blizzard
Activision.
Activision.
They're gonna do,
No,
like,
it'd be
Candy
King
Crush
Blizzard
version, but
or
except
Activision
with, like,
Blizzard.
please,
They can do
please.
Candy Crush, but they can do like the World of Warcraft like figureheads or something
Oh
with the game.
jeez.
Oh
Stop
my
giving
god.
them ideas.
Trademarked,
Stop
registered. Do not use that, Blizzard.
that.
All right. Here's
But
my
it's their
question.
characters; they can do what they want.
Here's my question though. Do we know? Do we have any information on how that money is split up that they got for 5.9 billion?
I don't know. I think
Split
all
up,
the
like, who
fucking
got
people
what?
just took the money and dipped.
Because that's what I'm saying is because like when the guy sold Minecraft, right? Like he
Notch,
was-
yeah.
yeah,
Oh
when
my
Notch,
fucking god, there are cats like jumping all over.
Yeah, I hear him.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It sounds like there's an earthquake happening.
but like with Notch selling that, he ended up with like what was it? They bought for like $2 billion. What did he buy for?
I have no
Something.
idea.
A
It
lot.
was,
It was like $2 billion. They sold for $2 billion, and like $1 billion of it went to him, and the others went to the employees or something like that. It was a ridiculous amount. And so, and my question is, with 5.9 billion, do you end up with 5 billion, and all the employees end up with like 900 million total? How does that work? And what do you do with $5 billion? Because
How
I
many
really
employees did
seriously,
You
have
buy
to
a
run
country.
yeah.
You buy a country. That's what you do with $5 billion.
Oh,
Oh,
your private
Buy a
island.
country and you make Griftopia.
yeah. Oh, this little country's in
Oh.
debt. Let me bail you out with my $5 billion. Now I own you. I mean, except you have to create a dictatorship because you don't want to be overthrown.
Griftopia.
I'm a
Doc was
bank. I'm the bank. I own everything.
Maybe with $5.9 billion, the guy can finally copyright candy as a word.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
no.
right.
Just stop. Stop that
I
nonsense.
really don't get why people are like, I'm gonna copyright this common everyday word and it'll be mine. Oh,
No, it will not be yours. You will be. a
Let's
fucking
copyright
idiot.
the word mine, right? So
Mine.
you just work around. It's like
No,
somebody
I'm gonna
goes, "Mine."
copyright the word copyright. So every time someone tries to copyright a word, they have to pay me money.
That's the best idea. Never. Please don't make that happen.
Copyrighting copyright. Hell yes.
The
Good luck,
chicken
Chicken's
bitches.
doing it right now. That's why he's
Just
looking
see
away.
the word copyright
right.
and have the little copyright symbol.
Oh, god damn. Alright.
Please no. Never let that happen. Stop
Oh,
with the
that's-
copywriting and the trademarking of crazy random shit.
So this week, Uncharted 4 trailer came out, right?
Mhm.
Did it? I have not
It was
seen
really
it.
good.
It's
I'm so
fantastic.
excited.
I watched it. Enjoyed it. I'm excited for the game. It comes out March 16th or something. When's it come-
Soon-ish.
Soon
I-
trademarked.
Oh my fucking god, give me 2 seconds. You guys keep talking. I'm gonna put my little post-it note of doom up and I'm gonna go beat some kitties.
Post-it
Don't
note
forget
of
to mute your
doom.
thing.
Post-it note of doom.
All
You know
right.
it's serious business if there's post-it notes.
Yep.
I'll be right back. Here, take this.
but there needs to be a picture on it with like a little like nuke explosion going off.
Kaboom! Oh.
Mushroom cloud. Boom.
But yes, I have not played any of the Uncharted games. We have the whole collection for the PS, whatever one that we have.
I
The
highly
latest
recommend
one.
them. I absolutely love the Uncharted series, and I'm really interested in 4 to kind of complete the whole series with the Nathan Drake part of it at least, because there is a rumor going around that there will be more Uncharted, just not following him, which I think is a really cool concept.
Well, I find the games to do that are very, very smart. Don't run your main character into the ground. Give him a fantastic story. Give him a beginning, middle, an origins, a story, and then give him an end. It's what makes characters so much better.
Gotta give no pants. Oak goes to Disney to watch Uncharted trailers.
Yes.
It's not exactly true. I watched the Uncharted trailer like 15 minutes before I got on here, but you know that's okay. I knew it was happening though, because like our Twitter blew up. So as soon as it happened, it was like our Twitter blew up. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a cool concept of them kind of moving over to possibility of them actually moving over to another person, possibly a female lead, which would be
Yes.
neat.
It's kind of like what Witcher's doing. They said that Witcher 3 is the last game that Geralt will be the main character, which, I mean, all of us can go ahead and assume that Ciri is going to go ahead and take over as the main character in the series,
Right.
which is fine. But
Who are we
that's
talking
good.
about being the main character of Uncharted?
A female, I guess.
Possibility after Nathan.
They did introduce, and this is just because I saw something on Twitter from Laura Bailey about it, but they are introducing a female character, and Laura Bailey got kind of singled out by some social justice people because it's a black woman that is being voiced by a white actress, and people were upset about it. And so I'm wondering if maybe if that's going to be one of our new main characters will be her, because I think she's supposed to be important. So that'd be kind of neat.
If people can complain, they'll complain about it.
Yeah, I know.
It's so unfortunate.
Yes, it is definitely unfortunate. But, this is what we're at with the world.
Yeah, but that's fine. I mean, just let the complainers complain. They'll get over it. It's like children. Let them cry. They'll get over it.
All I can think of now is PC Principal from South Park.
Mm.
It's not okay.
There's also been rumors going around that the new Zelda game is going to be an NX release for Nintendo. A gentleman, which I can't remember his name, it's something with a bunch of numbers back behind it. Traveline 99999. He stated that they believed that it was going to be an NX release, and he had some inside information, or it would be released shortly after the Wii U version of the game for the NX, or could be simultaneous.
So they may do something like what they did with Twilight Princess, where they did like a GameCube version and then they did a Wii version of it, and they were essentially the same game, but like they flipped all the maps in reverse on the Wii U version of it, and a few other alterations here and there. But
neat.
Possibility.
I'd play that.
And so it's quite interesting that it's on there, because people just, because in our industry, dealing with gaming and stuff like that, rumors come and go. And
well, part of the reason that they think that that's going to be what happens is because of the Pokemon announcement. Because one of the other things that report is a report that guy released earlier this year, talking about when certain things were going to come out and whatnot. And he was like, yeah, this is going to happen. And this is going to happen, and then there's going to be a Pokemon thing. At the time, it was under the code name of, like, whatever the Japanese word for rainbow is. Yeah.
Niji. Yeah.
And now we have that, and the pictures that they used for it, if you click on them and save them, the file names are Niji 1, or Niji A and Niji B. So it's kind of like, yeah, okay, he's pretty on the money about this thing. So what does that mean for the rest of these things that he's saying?
Right. And one of the things that he was saying, too, is that the source that he had noted that the company's marketing budget for 2016 was $3.4 million for the Wii U, $56.35 million for 3DS, and $10 million for the new Zelda game. So it is a very big possibility that we get the NX for Christmas this year, along with 2 versions of the new Zelda game as well. So that's pretty impressive that this guy has got that much inside information. Now everybody's going to be going scattering through Nintendo trying to figure out,
how he found out.
Yeah, how he found out.
Well, so that means that we're going to be looking at an NX release, well, not like full release, but an announcement at E3.
Well, technically, it doesn't mean anything until it actually happens. This is all just
I know.
rumors and
skeptical,
but based on the information that's on there, it does sound like he has some insider information. So if all this is true, it does look like the NX is going to be for later this year.
That sounds cool. I'm always excited to kind of see what Nintendo is looking to come out with next.
But it does bring me to a question, and then we'll get to Pokemon, because I know that's what you two are going to be fighting for.
Jim Pokemon.
What is? How do you think, if NX is released this year? One, what does Nintendo need to deliver for you to go purchase on day one? And two, is this something you would even consider purchasing on day one? Is going with a Nintendo NX?
To me, it's going to kind of depend on what games they're going to have lined up for it. I know for like the Wii and Wii U, they haven't really had all that great of experiences as far as like third-party company support. That's something I would like to see for the next generation consoles. Like basically make it to where they're doing what third-party developers want. They want, the better, more powerful hardware, so they're not having to like really limit their games on what they're capable of doing in it. But I mean, it still really kind of boils down to the games. I mean, if they throw a Star Fox in the mix, the Zelda, I mean, those are a lot of classics I always like to play. Those are always going to be good selling points.
Do you think online play is
would be good?
Do you think online play is going to become a big issue like it did with the Wii U. I mean, I think that was part of the
I think
deal.
online play is where Nintendo always fails.
Yes, they
So-
really gotta kind of, and this is what we've talked about before. They've got to take that damn leap of faith. They've just got to kind of jump into it. Some of the games work really well. Splatoon, I mean, it won Best Shooter. It beat some of the biggest games out there. They see what an online, fully multiplayer compatible game can do on their console. So they need to kind of embrace that and do it a little bit more. Like, I think Mario Party, I don't know which one we're on, 10? Mario Party
8.
Yeah.
8. Mario
Julia.
Party 8 is not online. Like, holy shit, I want to go to the company and slap the shit out of the person who's like, let's not do this online. It's like, seriously, motherfuckers, I would have bought that game day one. We would have all been playing it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they have to come over to my house and play it. It's like, we
That's
live a
not
few
happening.
100 miles away from each other. Just let me play it online. They have the mini games you could play online. Okay, just let me run around the board online. So they really have to take that step to kind of let people play more games. They're party games. Let me play party games online, damn it.
No, chicken. None for you.
Yes, because we would play a lot more Nintendo games if we could, play with our friends.
So it's all based on selection of games that might be available at the time, and then also online play.
Yes, and hardware. They definitely got to step up their game a little bit.
Yeah, they gotta up the other thing I know a lot of people complain about with the Nintendo systems is the fact that you can't like pop a DVD in and play.
Yeah.
Especially like people who have children or something and they're buying it so that way they can play with the system.
Yes.
They kind of want that option to be able to like pop in a movie or something and like they can sit there and watch it.
Yes,
I
100%.
know they have like Netflix and stuff like that, but it's always an option a lot of people always complain about.
A really good argument with that is, you want to be able to watch your DVDs? Fine. You don't want to take up your TV? Fine. Throw it in the fucking console and give them the fucking controller and let them watch it on the controller. It's like
So
a
That would
little...
have been an awesome idea for the
Yeah.
Wii U.
I mean, it's
Like in
perfect.
headphones.
Yeah, I don't know why they haven't done that. That's such a great idea. Just throw it in there, fucking hand them the controller, watch TV while they entertain themselves with a movie, or they could play like a little handheld game on the damn console. You have a handheld and a console in one.
Yeah,
So-
which was innovative at the time. I mean, it's one
Yeah.
of those things where we all went, "Oh, that's brilliant!" I can switch between the TV and the console. I mean, the handheld part of it. I mean, it's just a brilliant idea, and then it's just kind of like, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
And I would like to be able to move more than 40 feet away from it and make it be able to play whatever game is on it.
yeah, I mean,
Like I'd be able to take that little piece upstairs and sit in my bed and play, and then the next day go back down and play some more on the big TV.
Yep, Griffey used to take it and play Kirby on it. She'd just I'd flip it on, hook up the sensor bar, and she'd just take the controller and go play with it.
Yep.
I mean, it's awesome. It's very neat, but Nintendo's always missing something. If they ever hit a console on the head, I think it'd outsell PS4 and Xbox One, but they're always missing just
Well, they did a
something.
really good job with the Super Nintendo.
That is true.
Fantastic. And
Yeah,
Nintendo
64.
64.
Yeah. GameCube was pretty good too. I think that was around the era of Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah, I mean it was still up there competing and everything. I don't think it was as powerful as PlayStation and Xbox, but at the time,
It already had the
That
fan
was-
base. Everybody
Yeah.
else was having to build a fan base. If you think about it from that standpoint, because PlayStation had a pretty good fan base. PlayStation 2 is still the top sold gaming system of all time. So it's kind of PlayStation did a really good job building up a fan base where, Nintendo already had the fan base that was there, and they've gradually lost fans as they've gone along.
Well, I blame PS2's multi-selling thing because their consoles were... I bought 3 of them, motherfuckers, because they would just break on me. Like, it'd be like, oh, the disc reader stopped working.
I
Okay.
still have my original one.
Yeah, I took it apart and I've cleaned the eye, and then it worked again for another 4 months, and then it stopped again. I took it apart, cleaned the eye again, and it just would not work again. I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Now I bought another
Some
one.
people's luck, man. It just,
Yeah, and it
like,
stopped
I
working
still have
again.
my day one original PS2 that works fine.
Yeah, mine does not. And I bought a Slim after that. And then it was just I stopped buying PlayStations after that. I was like, fuck this shit. Fuck that shit. I don't want to fit the PlayStation anymore. So,
Pokemon was announced.
20th anniversary. I was watching Pokemon
Sun and
movies
Moon.
before the stream.
Sun and Moon. Let me know what you think.
I haven't seen anything about it. Just
Really?
the
You-
cool
Yeah, I just
nostalgic
read the article about it.
trailer.
Are you excited? I mean, what do you want to see? You know,
I would like it to be like not as easy as what the X and Y was.
Yeah, I want them to
X
go
and Y
back
was
to the
pretty
other
good.
versions where there's kind of like a little kind of goofy adult kind of background to it where yeah, it's a cool kids game and whatnot, but there were a few like, things that if you were a little older playing it, you could, catch on to it. There were a couple
Yeah.
of creepy old motherfuckers in the game, so
The old men talking about things that kids were like, oh, he likes to play with that. Ah, ha, ha. No.
yeah, but if you're an adult, you're
No
like,
idea what he's
oh,
talking about, child. But yeah, I don't know. With X and Y, they gave you a share XP thing where all your Pokemon level pretty much together, and I know you can turn it off, but like I went through the game with it on and was like, man, this is just making it way too easy. Like I don't have to spend any time trying to like level up one individual Pokemon in order to beat a certain gym leader or anything crazy like that. It's just kind of like I just
Play
just-
the game.
yeah.
yeah, you just keep going forward. There's no going back or doing anything. It's just kind of like,
Also, it wasn't really any kind of like neat secrets or anything like that that I really ran across or uncovered or anything. It was just kind of all straightforward.
Neat secrets? Like, what kind of secrets would you be looking for in a Pokemon game?
Just like
I mean, I don't play Pokemon.
I don't know,
so.
it just like hidden items, things like that.
yeah,
Like some of the old ones, you had like a little deal, like a radar deal that would tell you where like hidden Pokeballs are that you could find like out and about that would have items and stuff in them.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Well, that's kind of
yeah, kind of like out. You got to figure out a way to get to them. It's just
Yeah,
kinda,
I think one of them you can also like build your own base and set traps for other people. Like if you connected online or something, then
set traps for
Yeah.
people.
it
That seems
was-
mean.
It was
well,
really
they go in there
fun.
and take your shit.
Huh. Okay. I don't know. It just seems mean.
And I still stand by the fact that the games have to be fucking bigger. For the love of God. Heart Gold and Soul Silver, or Gold and Silver, whatever you want to do. That was the top of the line for the Pokemon genres. Because you got your one region, you beat the Elite Four. You got your second region, you beat the Elite Four again. And then you have your final big boss fight, which is awesome. That was a lot of game. So I stand at that being the top of the Pokemon genre. Which they need to kind of try and redo that. And in Pokemon
I would
Crystal.
I'd like to see them do like you could go through all the regions or something, but that would have to be like a console version.
That would be fucking amazing. But to be fair, I think part of the reasons why they can't do something like that is that they've always kept the level limit to 100. So if you eventually just kept going through, you'd hit like level 2000 at some point to kind of like keep
Not
making.
necessarily. I mean, they could make it to where like you go through one region up to a certain level, and then like you don't have to like beat the Elite Four to basically go to the next region. You can just keep going to like different regions.
Start over. I could kind of understand that, like Ash does, except his Pikachu is well over level 100 at this point. Yeah, it
No,
still
his
fucking
Pikachu has to be
loses.
capped at-
Yeah, it still fucking loses to some of the lower level Pokemon, which is
It doesn't make any sense.
yeah. It's like
Doesn't
I'm a
that make
level
sense?
2000 Pikachu. I'm gonna fight this level 4. Oh no, I got knocked out. Seriously,
What the hell are you doing?
I would have replaced
I
that
was
some
eating
bitch
cookies.
seasons ago.
I was eating cookies.
eating
Fucking
cookies.
fat little rat. That's why he
Mhm.
needs to evolve into a Raichu.
No shit. Fucking useless motherfucker.
You guys are speaking a whole nother language. Just don't even know that.
That's fine. At least we've got people that can
We're
speak that
speaking
language.
Nerdish.
Yes.
So when I
That's
start
definitely
talking about
different.
FIFA, this is what it sounds like, right?
Yep.
Is that what I'm getting out of this?
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. just
Basically,
checking.
like when you start talking about FIFA, you start sounding like one of the adults from Peanuts. Like, wah, 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 wah.
Really,
Which is
that's what he sounds like to me most of the time anyway.
Oh.
Which actually the new Peanuts movie is a good movie, by the way, if you haven't seen it yet.
Still waiting to go see Deadpool.
Yeah.
Oh, Deadpool.
I need to go see that at some point.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
I gotta have time for that, and I just don't.
Mm-hmm.
Eh.
I
Well,
need to go take a road trip. We should all just go watch Deadpool.
Right?
yeah.
Red would be all about it.
Hundreds of miles.
No,
Red
Red
could
can
convince
stay
Ollie
home.
to fly over.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, Ollie, fly over. Go watch Deadpool with Red. I know you watch this later, so talking to you from the past.
Talking to you from the past.
Yes.
Towards the future.
Yes. We're going towards the future.
Well, if Ollie does come watch Deadpool with us, maybe he can help me find a large enough crate to ship Red at.
Why wouldn't he just fly him back
Yeah,
with
just take it
Ollie?
back in his luggage.
Yeah.
Because it'd be more fun to like ship him in a box.
Okay, that's true. That would be a lot more fun.
I mean, honestly, like, I don't know. We could do like sit down, figure out, and do the math. Would it be cheaper to like get a human-sized box and ship him, or would it be cheaper just to buy him a plane ticket?
I
We
think
have
it'd
to
be.
weigh out which one of those would be more fun too, though.
Well, I think it would be cheaper to get him a plane ticket because you know how the customs that you'd have to go through for that box, and if they find him in it and
Yeah,
all of
but if
that
it's
shit.
not too much more expensive, think of all the fun that he could have being like
We're not going to discuss how many times have
throwing
I stopped
around.
this
Okay,
conversation?
okay,
How
fine.
many
We're not
times?
gonna.
We're not discussing the logistics of human trafficking.
We're not.
All right, since
It's not human trafficking. It's red trafficking.
It's
Anyway.
Yeah, it's
Same
red
thing.
trafficking, and it would be fun to like have him be flipped around in the box all over the place while the people just kind of like throw the box everywhere.
no.
All right.
since we were talking about things that are time capsule-esque, it seems as though Sony has decided that they are going to patent a glove controller, which, if I'm not mistaken, about 30 years ago, Nintendo had the same thing.
But this wants to work with VR. It's totally
Power
different.
glove. It's so
Yeah,
right.
so then I'm sending a link so everybody else can see what we're looking at on this one. But like looking at the pictures and stuff, it just kind of bothers me that it's like, okay, well, we could just do 2 fingers and the hand and make it work, and okay.
Just don't question it. Just don't.
When we were at PAX, when we tried out that VR, they had like the little hand things that we would use for
Yeah.
our sword and torch, which I kind of feel is something similar to that. They're just trying to like give you your whole hand that you can use.
Yeah, and I think that that's where we need to go with VR is so that you can have.
Yeah,
like,
next level we're gonna have
a hand
entire
on,
bodysuits. I am
but
not wearing a
according-
bodysuit
But according to the picture, it just looks like a wristband
Yeah,
with a little
that's what's
sensor
so
hanging.
weird about it,
It's like, why would you not just put like sensors on each finger?
and be done with it.
because
Yeah.
it can tell your muscles, your muscle movement by your wrist
Well,
and your
but you
entire
still
hand.
have a wristband, and then you have one on each one of these, and then
Yeah.
VR, and then you have something similar to a Kinect sensor that's near the television because you're going to be in front of the TV for some reason with the VR
Well,
set on. Which makes
I'm
no
just
sense.
going for
So it
10
would
years
be
in
a
the future
Kinect.
where I just put a helmet on and I'm in the whole fucking universe and I don't
Yeah.
have to wear anything else. It's like just put the
Or
little
we can,
glasses
like,
on.
Put implants
Yeah,
in
but
the back
Sony
of your
has the
neck, and then
camera.
you can like do the Matrix style.
Oh,
and
stab yourself in the back of the neck. Ah! And
Yeah.
then
make someone unplug me. It hurts.
There's nobody around. You're all alone.
You gotta get a surgical implant to play VR? Yeah.
That sounds like just the best.
Yeah.
But, you know,
And then
the
30
funny
years
thing
from
is
now,
there's
we're in the
so many
Matrix.
gamers that are willing to do it.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I'd try it, though. I'm not gonna lie. I'd try it. Wouldn't you?
What, get a surgical implant? Hell no. Fuck that shit. I don't want to end up as a fucking battery.
The Matrix was a totally dumb premise because the human body does not put off that much of a fucking charge.
Yeah,
That's when they had
basically,
billions of people.
No. Even then, even if you took all the like the amount of power a body would generate would not even be enough to like sustain itself.
Yeah. So
Well,
it was a dumb
if you
idea.
Going through the math and everything behind it, like there's no way that's gonna fucking work.
Well, maybe they only needed like a little static charge.
The first 2 were fun movies. I'm done with it.
Oh my god. Yes, like
Uh,
Sword Art Online. You nailed it. Or
Yes. Yeah, that would be awesome. Put the little
Right,
helmet
they
on,
want-
click it up to your computer, and just fall asleep.
sleep.
fall asleep.
I'd be down for
Is he
that.
playing? I think both.
It is
Yeah.
about time for us to wrap up. We do have an announcement. Excuse me. Chicken has an
Yeah, you don't want to get kicked out of the call now.
No, Chicken has an announcement.
Yes.
And I'm going to let you take the floor. Go ahead, sir.
All right. So you guys know that after every stream, I was working on the website, so you can kind of see where this is going. We are very happy to announce the opening of our new website. It's still under minor construction. We're kind of working to get all the gears turning, but the big gears are done, and the website is open for you guys to go ahead and check out. It is now, the website is called infiniterespawn.com.
Yes.
Go there, sign up,
Now in the chat.
go ahead and look through everything. You can talk in the forums. There's a bunch of little, prizes behind the scenes if you can kind of
Prizes? You mean like surprises, not actual prizes?
Easter
Because they're
eggs?
not actual
No, there
prizes.
there is prizes, the little awards.
Okay.
Those are prizes for online
So
stuff.
so there's achievements in that.
Yes.
Kinda. Yeah.
Yes, kind of. So as you work your way through the website, you'll see a bunch of new stuff and a bunch of cool stuff. Feel free to kind of join the forums when you. Do I need to pay? No, you do not need to pay, as Co has asked.
No.
It is
I mean, there's a donation button, but that's not like a requirement or
that's
anything.
completely optional. Don't worry about
Yeah.
that. Attention. Yes. But yes, you could sign up, and if you sign up, it lets you play with the whole website, not just the forums. So, thanks Red for all the fancy little art and whatnot he's put on there, and Griff for helping me make it sound nice. So,
Yeah.
check it out, please. Check it out. It is mostly done.
It is mostly done.
Mostly
Mostly
done.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, it's a very good looking website. I'm very much impressed with it. So
Yes.
so we had a couple options and stuff that were on there, and I think we all felt this was the better of the options that we ended up going with. So
Yeah.
pretty
Yep.
awesome.
And
Had
like
more
Chicken said,
options
it's
for
still-
us. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be working on it as we go. So, your feedback's always helpful and things like that. So if you see something about the site and you're like, ooh, this is kind of cool, but you could change it to do this, or this does not work for me, please let us know.
Yeah.
We love feedback, and we can change things to how you like it if you tell us how you like it.
In fact,
Yep.
we will start a topic in the forum for that.
I think
There's actually an Ask Us kind of forum too, so if there's anything you ever wanted to know,
or
like,
feedback
hey,
that
why
you got.
do you do this? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just go and do that.
Yep.
That'd be great.
So have fun with it, and for you guys who are audio, or ladies, for that you folks are audio only, go ahead and check it out. We're always around on the website. Feel free to drop us a topic, ask us a question, or anything of the
That sort?
anything. Yeah, anything of that sort. So you can comment on the front page, anything.
Yep.
Anything that you want to
There's a
do.
little shout box that you can like just come on and make a short little
Little blurb.
I'm freaking awesome today, you guys, kind of deal if you wanted to. I don't really know.
Snitty's gonna come in and do that one.
Actually, I have a feeling that Snitty and Ivy are gonna benefit the most from that. That's my guess, my prediction.
Yes. Yeah, anytime you ever feel like you just drop by, just tag it in the shout box. Hey, Chicken was here. Shout. Shout at the devil. Sorry, I had to do
Yeah.
it.
Lord. Is that it? Everybody good?
I think that's it. So make sure you check out the website. Again, it is infiniterespawn.com.
Yeah,
Yeah,
got
don't-
our domain name and everything.
Yep.
Woo! Glad about that one.
Mm-hmm.
We do appreciate everybody that comes out each and every week to watch us and listen to us on Infinite Respawn. Twitch.tv/Infinite Respawn PC. You can check us out here. Make sure that you follow. We stream throughout the entire week. Chicken does. Starting tonight, I will be on my own channel at MDB Oak Tree. So you can check me out twitch.tv/MDB Oak Tree, and I will start there, and then we'll be hosting from here. So you can check that out, and check us out on Twitter at twitter.com/InfiniteResPC. Check me out personally at MDB Oak Tree. Check out Griff.
At Griff's Landom.
Check out Chicken.
Chick.
Wow.
Check out Chick at Elite Chick 313. No, I'm just joking. It's at Elite Chicken.
Nice.
Chicken 313.
It's been a week.
Mail
Check out Baka.
at Baka Pickle.
You can also go to our YouTube. YouTube, you can see Let's Plays, old
Podcast
podcasts,
episodes.
broadcast episodes, all that good type of stuff. So you can go on there too. The Infinite Respawn PC. It does have the PC on that one, right?
Yes.
And of course, you can go to our new website as well, which is infiniterespawn.com.
Yes.
Go on there
You
and
totally
check us.
should.
Totally.
Yes, go on
It's
there,
got
join
everything
the
you
forums,
need.
hang out. It's brand new. You can see the gallery from when everybody went to PAX South. You can see our gang hanging out with a bunch of stuff that's going on there. If we go to another convention and stuff, there'll be other stuff that's going on there. Pictures made when they meet together and do crazy shit. They're probably lots of card games and gaming and stuff. They'll take pictures and put it on there too. So we do appreciate it. Everybody that's hanging us out with each week. For Infinite Respawn, I'm Oak Tree.
I'm Griff.
I'm Chicken.
I'm Baka.
See ya!
Later.
People. Oh, there we go. Just trying to fill it in, you know.
Nice job. Nice job. Fail. It's okay. We'll forgive you this time, I guess.
Please hang up and try again.
No, I don't think I can.
Try again.